Hey, welcome back to Clean Cut, where we can talk about the truth about just about anything, as long as we use logic and common sense.
This season, we're looking at the church's calendar and the various seasons in it. Today, the season of Advent. Advent isn't too complex, and it's not especially long for a season. Christmas Day always takes place on December 25th, and Advent always begins 4 Sundays before Christmas Day. However, depending on what day of the week December 25th is, Advent may vary in length because of this, from almost 28 days if Christmas is on a Sunday, to only almost 22 if it's on a Monday. Why almost? Why not full days? Does Advent lose part of a day somewhere? Well, you see, on the calendar that we use, the day actually begins at the stroke of midnight, but the final day of Advent ends before that typically. Christmas Day Mass usually starts in the evening on Christmas Eve, and that's technically when the Christmas season begins and the season of Advent ends. Of course, there are some churches that do a midnight vigil mass at the very start of Christmas Day, perhaps for the purpose of avoiding this confusion. That vigil mass is also part of the Christmas season from the time it starts onward. The precise timing of the first Christmas Day Mass, again, varies from place to place, but it always represents the end of Advent, and this is the case regardless of whether you're talking about the modern liturgical calendar or the older one. The main differences in custom associated with the Masses during Advent are also the same between the two calendars. On the first Sunday of Advent, the priest will say Mass wearing purple vestments, the liturgical garments worn by the priest for Mass. Very often there's also an Advent wreath present during Advent Masses. Advent wreaths are circular wreaths which have 4 places for candles in them. They can be decorated in various ways, but will always have 4 candles in them during Advent Masses, 3 purple candles and a pink one. One of the purple candles will be lit during the Mass for the first Sunday of Advent, and I've seen Advent wreaths at both traditional Latin Masses and at what's called the ordinary form of the Mass, so this is a very common custom in the Church. The second Sunday of Advent is the same as the first, with the priest wearing purple vestments again, and 2 purple candles of the Advent wreath lit instead of 1. The third Sunday of Advent is also called Gaudete Sunday, and at the Masses for this Sunday, the 2 purple candles and the pink candle will all be lit, and then the priest will say Mass in vestments that look very pink, but the official name for the color of those vestments is rose. Gaudete is a word that means rejoice, and Gaudete Sunday is primarily about Christian joy, rejoicing in Jesus and what he's done for us. Finally, the fourth Sunday of Advent is similar to the first 2 in the customs followed, with all 4 candles being lit, and the priest saying Mass in purple vestments again. Advent is one of the shorter seasons, and while it is a time to wait for the coming of Christmas, it's also a time to prepare, to come to understand how the coming of Jesus has affected us, practicing joy and gratitude for what he's done for us, and working to prepare ourselves for when he comes again. Next time, how long is the Christmas season?
That's all for now, so keep asking questions, and thanks for watching.